Alright, so today I'm going to show you how to use GDdebug for GriefDefender. So as you can see, I have an admin claim laid out here, and I'm going to go over a few different interactions here. We're going to allow users to use doors. We're going to allow them to be able to press buttons in claims, and use levers, and potentially activate pistons. So as you can see, I do have access to this claim. I am able to do everything right now. So we're going to pop into claim flag debug. This allows us to test as if we're a just generic user that wouldn't have permissions. So for example, I have GriefDefender admin and GriefDefender user right now. So after activating debug, as you can see, I'm not allowed to do anything here. Can't open doors or use buttons. So if we wanted users to use buttons or doors, obviously it wouldn't be working. So we can use debug to find out how to allow these interactions. So we're still in debug. This is good. This makes sure that we don't have trust when doing certain things. And we're going to record these interactions. So I'm going to record the door and the button here, and then we're going to paste that. So what we see is some versions. We can filter the user, but we didn't, so we see all users, and then some extra information here. What we really care about is what happened here. So the wooden door and the wooden button is what we care about, because that's what we were trying to allow, and these are the only two false flags. So we know that this is the flag that we're checking, this is the target that we're going to specify, and obviously we want that to be true. So we would go ahead and do interact block secondary. We want the target, so for this we could just say any true, and we could allow both of them to be used, so the door, the button, and the lever could all be used. But for the sake of this example, I'm just going to set the door. Oops. And so now, if I were to do the door, I still have debug on. I'm allowed to use the door, but can't use the lever or the button, right? And then obviously we could specify button here as well. But we're going to go ahead and say any, just for the sake of activating it through. So now all of these work, there is no downside. Now you notice that the piston itself did not work. So we're going to go ahead and try and debug the cause of that here. So we're going to press on the lever there and then paste. And so what do we see here? Sticky piston, sticky piston, sticky piston. That's weird. But anyway, so we notice that it's trying to do the block break on air. So it looks like it needs block break permission to go forward. Now, obviously we don't want random users to be breaking blocks, so we don't just want to target air and allow, well, we don't want to just set it to block break to true, because then they could break anything. We could target air specifically, but for the sake of this example, we're going to do the sticky piston, just in case there's any other interactions that might have a different target than just air. And actually, if you were to debug continuously, I believe there are 3 different targets for this, which would be air, I think grass gets targeted at some point, and maybe just plain old dirt. It gets a little weird. So for this, what we need to do is block break. Our target, we're going to say any, just so that the sticky piston has no problem. And to specify the source here, we're going to say, and we know this is the source because right under source we have sticky piston. For target, again, we're just saying any, and we're specifying true because that's the interaction we want. So now our lever works, and that's effectively how we use GDdebug.